Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. This article comes to you guys from Android Police. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So, is T-Mobile now the bad guy? That's pretty much what this article is saying. If you read the title, T-Mobile has officially lived long enough to become the villain. Do you guys think that's the case? Right? They had to grow at some point. They had to grow into a bigger player. That was inevitable. They had to do it. If they would have stayed the smaller player, the player that was losing in the market space, they were losing heavy share, like 2 million a year, they would have flat out failed. They would have went bankrupt. The assets would have went up for sale and it would have been done. It would have been over. But now T-Mobile is a bigger player. They are a much bigger player, and they are now leveling the playing field to be very competitive to AT&T and Verizon. I will say, without doubt, this is the biggest competitive threat from a network perspective that AT&T and Verizon have ever felt in across all parts of the United States, not just the metros, right? The top 100 markets. No, it's smaller markets now where AT&T and Verizon have to defend their position. It's suburban markets, and still, excuse me, in the top 100, AT&T and Verizon are still having to defend their position. And that's where competition comes into play. Now, people are saying, hey, T-Mobile's making this move, they're making that move, they're raising price, they're taking this away. So now all of a sudden people are saying T-Mobile's the bad guy, they're the villain. And now what's next? What do we do next? How much more is T-Mobile going to do to portray themselves maybe even more as a bigger villain than what some people are already saying? And it's really just an opinion piece, but still, that's what the perception is now, and very small, but that's what people think of T-Mobile. They're not a bad guy, the villain, and some are, you hope for the best, but there's always worse. So the price increase, of course, definitely frowned upon by a lot of people. Others understand it, right? T-Mobile is a business that's growing. They want to participate in auctions for more spectrum in the future. They want to do acquisitions like US Cellular recently, and then some fiber stuff. So they want to continue on that trajectory. They want to buy more assets. They want to get even bigger, and they want to do what's right for the shareholder, quote unquote. That's what T-Mobile is now, right? They're a dividend payer. They pay buybacks. They do that. They do the dividends. I mean, and that's going to grow on an annual basis. So they need to expand margins. They need to bring in profits. I mean, we've discussed all that before. So this is nothing new to you guys on the channel, but the broader market is now looking at T-Mobile as the villain because they are, by market cap, for most analysts, T-Mobile is now the biggest market cap in the industry. In some cases, by far. If you look at AT&T, last time I checked, they were like sitting at like 110 maybe lower, like 108 billion. T-Mobile crossed 200 billion in market cap, like I think a week or 2 weeks ago. Maybe a little maybe it was 3 or 4 weeks ago, but they crossed 200 billion, and they've been riding right around 190, 195 billion. So that's what the media and certain outlets are now having the opinion that T-Mobile is now the villain. But like I say, now more competition in more rural places, not just from a pricing perspective. I will say that again. Now there's broadband competition in areas that never had any other option. They now have T-Mobile as an option. That's competition. And in some cases, T-Mobile is still cheaper than the competition. So they can also still lead with price if they need to. If that's one way they need to defend their position, they can also still tap into that if they need to. And that's what they've been doing, in the third quarter. That's what they've been doing early on. They've been and in the second quarter as well. They've been leading with the savings. If you guys have seen that ad and commercial. So they're here to stay. That's how I'll close out the video. T-Mobile is here to stay, whether you like it or not. They're here to stay, And whatever move they make in the future, it's for the better of the company and the overall business. Is it going to be better for you? That remains to be seen. The price increase was better for no one. Maybe for some it was better because now they're getting service, they're getting towers. They like T-Mobile, they like the price that they have. Even with the increase, it might still be cheaper than the competition. But now they can actually see the material scale of T-Mobile's network. You got to realize those benefits, right? And now that T-Mobile is investing, even though less, they're still adding more and more and more infrastructure to the network. And now people can actually see, hey, this is better. This is a better experience. This is a better performing network. Oh, hey, I just got another option for a broadband provider. I don't like cable who I'm with. Now I can switch to T-Mobile. That's, you have to take all of that into consideration now when you think about competing, right? Before, when you thought about T-Mobile competing, it was just price, 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 price. That's how they were disruptive. We're cheaper. We'll give you free lines. We'll give you 5, 6 free lines. You pay $50 for 12 lines. That's how T-Mobile was disruptive at one point. And then they started throwing in free this, free Netflix. And even for that, they're now charging. But they are still, at the heart, they are still competitive. They're trying to be cheaper. They're trying to push that in their marketing now. They're they're adding FWA in areas that never had a secondary option. That's all being competitive. Adding more retail, showing brand presence, bringing, additional options to those areas that were underserved. Maybe it's in the form of home broadband, actually bringing cellular service. Maybe it's, I don't know, security cameras, whatever, right? They are bringing optionality to more places than ever before, and that's simply what it is. Even though T-Mobile is still the smaller network, right? It's still more competition in more places, and that's just what it is. So leave your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you guys think T-Mobile is becoming the villain. Let us know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See y'all in the next one. Peace.